what's going on? It's your boy Patrick Michael Strange. This is the NRW where we give you the NEW, and I'm joined by my homie, my man Lewis Bailey from QPRM Games. I'm sorry, which way we go? Like this?
We'll do this,
like that, and then
there we go.
All right, let's do it again. Bow, bow. There we go. Bam. That's what I'm talking about. Woo. You know, we need to come up with one of those because that's kind of like the thing with millennials nowadays.
Yeah, I know, like the crazy handshakes that go on for 3 minutes with the teachers and shit.
We need to make an official NRW handshake. Just that's how you know you're in the squad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, we'll come up with that. But right now, we are going to throw it to Hellboy, Dark Horse Comics, Dark Horse Entertainment. The films by Guillermo del Toro with Ron Perlman were some of my huge faves. I really enjoyed the original Hellboy films. Yeah. They've revamped it. Save your opinion. That's what we're going to save until a little bit later. Let's just talk on the original Hellboy.
Yeah, I was just
because we got a real strong opinion that we're going to give you guys in a little bit.
Guillermo and wow, I'm blanked on his name. Guillermo and Perlman. They had a really good chemistry together.
Oh, totally.
They want to do a whole lot with the movie, and it's just a shame that, you know, seeing interviews with Ron Perlman and kind of what happened with the movie studio, they didn't really get that chance, and it's really upsetting. They kind of moved on to the thing. Happily, they don't have any resentment against the new movie, which is really cool and respectful. But I think as fans, we all kind of wished.
Yeah, we'll get there. You're going too fast.
We'll get there.
Wait, you're moving like Abe Sapien right now. You're like in the water. You're moving too fast. I want to save a lot of that to the end.
So much emotion.
Before we get into that, the old franchise to the new franchise, we're going to throw it to the trailer so you guys can see this if you haven't seen it yet. I'm sure you have, but we're going to throw it to the trailer. Then we'll come off of that with kind of like what happened with the previous two to where it is now. And then our unabashed review of the current film and to where we think we're going to go, they're going to go, and where we would like it to go from there. Yeah. All right, can you save it? I know you got it in you. You want to Abe Sapien and just get through that water.
I'll just start drinking.
And that's it's going to be a good one, y'all. So stay tuned after this trailer, and then we'll go right into our review of the new Hellboy for 2019. Here it is.
On an island off the coast of Scotland, something was summoned from the depths of hell. Something that would end mankind.
And this thing you worried about, did it show up?
Oh, yes. You did.
We face every threat there is, and yet you take me in. Hello, son. Made me a goddamn weapon.
Where's my fucking violin?
Listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Out there's a 5th century sorceress who wants to bring down the curtain on London and the world.
Great. Homework.
Why do you fight for those who hate and fear you? You were meant for this. Out of the ashes, new Eden will emerge.
Okay, I'd appreciate a prophecy with more relatable stakes.
Haven't we got to be saving the world or something?
Yeah, okay, come on. Let's get your game face on. Yeah, come on, let's do this.
Be my king. We belong together, you and I.
We do, but this is not gonna work, you know, because I'm a Capricorn and you're fucking nuts!
All right, that is the trailer for the new Hellboy. I am Patrick. This is Lewis. Before we deep dive and go straight into the new Hellboy 2019, the original films were done by Guillermo del Toro, starring Ron Perlman, who originally you loved from him donning such heavy makeup from the original Beauty and the Beast show that was on TV, which I was a huge fan of.
Yeah.
He killed it. So when he was cast by Guillermo to play Hellboy, I was like, bruh, that's it, hands down. That's a perfect casting. Let's do it. And it was great. I really enjoyed the first film, and then the second film, which was Hellboy, the Golden Army, sold. Then when it came about to do the third one, things fell through the cracks. And I'll let you go ahead and touch upon some of that with what happened.
Yeah, just kind of things fell through the cracks, and they had Guillermo and Ron Perlman had a lot of ideas that they were pitching to the studio, and the studio was kind of like, well, we'll see, and they just kept extending things on, and it eventually got to the point that Guillermo had to move on to different projects as well as Perlman, and can't just stay waiting forever.
Yeah.
And, the studio basically just said, yeah, we're not going to continue it on, and we're just going to let it go. Fast forward a couple of years later, all of a sudden, here we're doing a reboot of the whole Hellboy series, and some people were able to interview Ron Perlman and say, do you have any resentment? Like, how do you feel about that? And, Perlman was very respectful towards it. And but you could kind of tell, like...
That was his baby.
Yeah, that was his baby.
Yeah.
Him and Gilmore's baby. And he did have to go do a passing of the torch. But she was like, that's fine. So there are a little bit of scars there, but he is very respectful of, putting the hate to the side and just letting them do their own thing. And that's the way to really handle those type of things. Like, Star Wars crew for the first 3 episodes compared to, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, just pass the torch. Just be respectful towards them, All
right, so before we get into our Fire Brimstone review, and you like how I brought that in there, Fire and Brimstone?
It's Hellboy.
I want to talk about the casting of the new Hellboy, which is David Harbour, who you know from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that, and then we'll go into the story, and then we'll give our Fire and Brimstone review, because... Woo! I've been waiting to do a review like this, so you guys are getting ready for it. David Harbour, we loved him on Stranger Things. I enjoyed him on Stranger Things. What did you think initially of the casting of David Harbour?
I think, I didn't realize it was David Harbour throughout the whole movie until somebody... before I saw the movie, until somebody pointed that out. Because, me and actors' names, I really don't put
It's all good, brother.
It's like, who's that? Daniel Day-Lewis. Who's he from again? Oh, okay. But I think that he did for what he had to play with, fitting and kind of looking the role of Hellboy. I think he did all right. I don't think he was terrible. I think he did all right. I think the way that he was costumed, especially his back, like that was fucking gross. Now I understand why women say like, men with hairy backs, that's fucking unattractive. Because just seeing the back of Hellboy, I was like, oh, dude, like. Fuck.
Let's we'll save that for more reviews stuff.
I think he played it okay. I do also blame the writing of how they did the Hellboy story. And
you're getting too much into the review.
Well, it's kind of hard to not go that. But in terms of his performance, I think he did all right.
All right, I didn't like him in the role. I thought the casting, if they were to cast somebody new, when they made the first announcement, okay, I could see David Harbour.
Yeah.
But then when it came to the actual film, wasn't too pleased. But I'm going to save that for review. Let's talk about the story of what we got for Hellboy, and then we'll go into our actual tidbits. I want to see the Fire and Brimstone. I think we give away too much at the beginning. So that's why I'm kind of holding you off. Pulling back on the fire.
Do we want Hellfire and Brimstone spoilers?
Yeah, fuck it. We're going to do it.
Spoilers.
It's
fucking Hellfire and Brimstone. And spoiler warning, this movie sucks.
Hold on, you're saying... We've got to give the basic story. So let's give them the plot first. And then we'll chop it to shreds. All right, so it opens up. King Arthur, this fucking raven chewing out this eyeball. Okay, I like that they did that. And they said fuck or shit at the beginning of it. Okay, cool, we're rock and roll. This is heavy metal. This is metal right now. Bird flies off. King Arthur has the Blood Queen, played by Mila Jovovich, by this tree. Cuts that bitch to shreds. And
but she's immortal, so they had to cut her body off into all different parts, and then they split her body and send her to all the different sides of Europe.
So you can see that this film, in concept, okay, they're trying to do an epic story.
They're trying.
We're gonna do like a hunt
thing.
for these body parts and shit.
But here's the thing. This is why I'm like, what? They're gonna split her body part to places where Satan will never find them. The fuck?
Yeah.
What?
But, okay.
Okay. So all right.
But in concept, in theory, like I could see the writers writing this. This is gonna be an epic film. We're gonna send this. It's gonna be an Indiana Jones-esque film, but with Hellboy.
Yeah.
But they didn't fucking give us that shit.
No.
As soon as we come off of that, there's this fucking creature that looks like a fucking pig. He already found all the motherfucking pieces, and we're gonna get this shit together now.
And that whole scene with Baba Yaga, and it is Baba Yaga, which I'm every time somebody brings up Baba Yaga and shows her, I'm excited because I'm a Hero Quest for Glory fan. Fucking Baba Yaga is awesome. And this, I will say, this is probably one of the biggest highlights. Baba Yaga is fucking amazing.
You like the look of Baba Yaga?
The look of Baba Yaga, the way that she's portrayed is fucking awesome.
Okay.
That's probably the biggest highlight of the whole movie. But yeah, it's basically a talk between two minor characters about, oh, well, he stabbed me in the eye. Oh, well, he brought me in this. Oh, let's get back at him. Like, you're really gonna bring this woman together who can destroy the world because of petty shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
but you don't know that yet. You're just like, okay, well, okay, they're going to do something against him.
So, for some reason, the piggy guy wants to bring Blood Queen together again, and which we don't really understand the driving force and why he gets with Baba Yaga to do this. It's not explained, but he fucking does it. Fast forward now to the future. We get introduced to our new Hellboy walking into El Luchador ring against a guy who was part of BPRD, but is not, and apparently is now a werewolf, vampire-like creature. What did you think of that sequence?
Vampire.
He's a vampire?
Straight up vampire. I think...
And then introduction now to our new Hellboy.
When the hit music starts playing, I'm just like...
It was overwhelming. It was like they turned the music up like to the nth degree.
It was just like, why is this song here? Like, this does not fit in the scene. Like, what the fuck? I see you're trying to be edgy.
Yeah.
But what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then, the whole transformation of him into a vampire, I thought was, okay, that's some good animation. That looked decent.
Yeah.
And then just the whole fight goes through and it's like, blah. And you're like, alright, that's an okay scene. Nothing too great, nothing too bad, but you learn that it's like, oh, the end is coming. And Hellboy's like, the end is coming? What does that mean?
And so this is where I want to now talk about David Harbour, our new Hellboy. I could not make out he sounded like one of the motherfucking teachers from the Peanuts. I could not make a word out throughout the entire film. And it automatically started right there with that sequence. We saw the hairy back shit. We saw all that. I knew I wasn't going to like this film.
And you get like
right off the gate. If I can't like Hellboy?
You get two different faces of Hellboy. You get the whole, oh, what's going on? Huh? And then you get his whole, you better stop, I'm gonna whoop your ass! That's fine, I'll kick your ass, boy! And then, of course, I see the model of Hellboy being portrayed as comic view rather than Ron Perlman was more of like Ron Perlman style, which I think we all like a little more.
But there was charisma there. There was nothing. He went. David went to the Kristen Stewart school of acting for this film.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah. And it was just, like I said, his acting was okay, his portrayal was okay, but it's not like, it wasn't terrible. I will give him more because he did have some emotions, but even those emotions are just, you're scratching your head the whole time of like, really?
Yeah.
But anyway, so this guy, he ends up having to kill him because he turned a vampire.
Yep.
He says, the end is coming, and Hellboy's like, good? So then his organization has to come pick him up and take him back to headquarters where you meet his father, or his adopted father, who... Played
by the amazing Ian McShane. And this is my next gripe. So we have them finally meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And being a actor-producer and working a lot with amazing cosplayers with my cosplay charity Coslove, there's a scene where Hellboy is taking this file to his nubs, his horns.
Yeah, his horns.
His horn nubs. and I've seen makeup before. This, you could tell, like, you should have, like, made, they try to, like, with CGI, make some, like, that filing of the horn come off a little bit. They have, like, a little stuff flutter. But for them, you can blatantly tell it's plastic bullshit, you know, that it just, you could have done that a lot better, pulled off with some of the amazing makeup artists, costumers that I know out there. This, like, who the fuck, this is a big time film, and you couldn't have given us more with that? But with all the other CGI that you did in this film, that was some bullshit.
But I give it that they used practical
because it was extreme close
up. I give it the fact that I'm glad they used practical effects for the whole body and the casting of the horns and everything. But yeah, the CG filing is like, I'm barely moving it too, and fucking Christmas flags come out, and it's just like plastic. Okay. But in this scene, you kind of see how the father and son relationship are with him, which kind of seems a little disconnected, but at the same time, it kind of seems like it's not. Yeah. It's kind of hard to translate how this relationship works. And this continues to come up throughout the whole movie. Yeah. So instead of having, like, this father that he respects, it's more like you're my boy and you're my dad, but, and we'll get to other parts of it, but here is the beginning of the pattern throughout the whole movie, which is fucking annoying and not the way to do movies. Yeah. And here is the biggest mistake the whole movie does. Exposition. You have exposition from the Arthur scene. You have an action scene. You go into this scene, more exposition. And you're just hearing, oh, we gotta explain this. We gotta explain that. We gotta explain this. And it's just like, bro, like, okay. Yeah. Then we go into the next actions, or the next traveling scene. Yes. Where he goes to Europe to help these Europeans who've been fighting giants for generations and for somehow needs Hellboy's help because they're not fighting.
Because there's three of them.
There's three of them.
They can handle two.
They can handle two, but not three.
But not three.
Three's the magic number.
Oh my god.
They've been doing
this. Was that shit?
They've been doing this for years. Over 1,000 years.
Oh
but,
my god.
You know, we've never faced three giants before. Well, fuck me. How do we deal with this? Yeah. And you have kind of Hellboy that's there, kind of doing his thing where everybody's all, oh, Pox this and blah. And he's just like, yeah, well, you know, that's all fucking here. Just stop wasting my time. Let's just go. And more exposition. You're just like, can something happen? Yeah. So they do give the story of how Hellboy was found, and that he was supposed to be killed. So now he's kind of questioning, like, why did his dad leave him alive? And this must be a side story. Yeah. We'll get back to that.
Let's retell the origin of Hellboy that you already know from the previous films.
Exactly.
But then crappably done. I will say, of the whole film, though, this is part of the film is the only part I really actually like. The battle, although it was very flawed CGI, it was kind of cool. The giant battle, to me, I particularly enjoyed. It gave us sequences that we really haven't seen of other fight scenes in films, although you could really tell, though, with the CGI. Yeah. But it was cool, though. I actually had a smile with it. This is the part of the film that I was awake, because then in later parts I started falling asleep. Yeah, but we'll get into that.
And this whole battle scene is done in like a one-shot sequence with the camera following everything.
Which is really cool.
And it's pretty cool. The problems with this is when they're marching on horses wearing this fucking atrocious outwear hunting giants, they're playing this modernized rock battle music. That it's just, these are guys on a horse and they're playing metal music. What the fuck is going on? And then you have the battle with the giants, and they play this other upbeat, modernized music, and you're just like, this does not fit with this scene.
Yeah, the musical selection, the soundtrack for this film.
Now, the soundtrack,
who scored this shit?
Now, the soundtrack, I don't have a problem with those songs.
It doesn't make sense together, though.
But they don't make sense. Yeah. Like, why would you put Battle of Britain in a metal sequence with guys riding on fucking horses? Yeah. What the hell were you thinking? So then Hellboy gets all beat up. He gets picked up by the first sidekick of the movie, who is...
It's escaping me. But was this originally Selma Blair's character that they... Is this a remodeled version of Selma Blair's character?
I don't think so.
Or is this a totally new character? I think it is a new character.
I think it's a new character, but I'm not too sure, because I know both had psychic powers.
Yeah. That's why I half think it's a retool. I don't know.
But I like Selma Hayek's character way better than hers. Mind you, she did a decent job.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of like...
It was forced.
There's one...
They just kind of like, boom, this is it.
Yeah, there's just one thing that she does that I could not take seriously. And she
her powers?
Her powers.
You don't like her powers?
The CG fucking kills
The CG kills it. Basically, it's like this organism of throw up that forms a person.
So if somebody dies,
Yeah.
she has the ability, and the person's soul is still in the body. She is able to grasp onto their head and communicate with the dead and bring them back.
Yeah.
The way that she does this is she regurgitates them out her fucking mouth using 90s CG to bring them all back, and they look like a horrid decryption of themselves, and it looks fucking putrid.
Yeah.
You can't even take these scenes seriously when they're giving off serious exposition like, oh, this is a bad person and they're doing all this thing, when you're like, man, this is fucking Blade 2 terrible CG bad.
Yeah.
Like, holy hell balls. And it's just more exposition. So we're in that exposition stage. And we also meet the other side.
And that's what I was getting ready to get into. So we have that character introduced, and now we also have the other third kind of wheel of this character Hellboy universe. Character I've been actually looking forward to, one of my favorite characters within the actual Hellboy comic book, Ben Daimo, played by Daniel Day Kim. I'm a huge fan of Daniel Day Kim. You know him from The Lost, and we've discussed this on the show before. There was a huge controversy for the initial casting of Ben Daimo. But there was an uproar, and it was cast correctly because it is an Asian character. It was originally casted by a white guy, and we got Daniel Day Kim. But now, having seen this film, I'm like, damn, Daniel, you would have made out better not being in this film because this is garbage.
Yeah.
But anyway, he did his part, though. He did his part, but he didn't have much to work with.
No, not at all. But I do like how the scarring that they did on his face, I thought that was really fucking cool. And it's just a shame, like, how he tells his story. It's just so bland to all the rest of the exposition. It's just so fucking bland.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we've been kind of leaving out something. As they've been going through all these scenes, Pigman, who looks fucking atrocious.
Yes.
Pigboy looks so fucking bad because it's a mix of CG head with an actual physical body that looks fucking terrible. He is going around and he's finding the pieces to this witch and assembling them together, who, remember, the devil can't fucking find. So how can a demon find these pieces but Lucifer fucking can't? It makes no sense.
And it should have been an epic tale. This should have been like a 3-part trilogy film, which to me would have been a lot better, where each of these films he's finding different parts, and you have Hellboy and his team going against these guys. Like, I can see where they're trying to make this epic, like we said at the beginning, separate them all over the place.
Yeah.
Have these different people trying to vie for the different body parts, and then different years. If they would have spread this out instead of scooping this all in one film, it would have been a dynamic tale.
Make it a TV series.
It was garbage.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it was just, and just that whole idea is like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? That's stupid. So
Fast forward.
This
is where I started falling asleep for the rest of the film.
So we go back to England. I don't even know what the name of the group is, but the good guys, BPRD.
Yep.
They're all combined together.
The Bureau of Paranormal Research and Development.
They're trying to find out where the witch is so that they can stop her. And Hellboy has this confrontation with his dad about, oh, you should have killed me because I'm going to bring hell on the world and everybody wants to kill me. Why didn't you kill me?
I hate myself, Dad.
I hate myself, and this is all blah, blah, blah. And it's just kind of a son and father debate that is just kind of like, okay, like, we're really having this now? I mean, I can understand why Hellboy is a little upset because he hasn't been told these things. And now, all of a sudden, after all these years, the dude's like 30, 40 years... No. Yeah. He is 20... No, he's 30 years old, I think. 25 or 30 years old.
He's
barely figuring this out because people are barely telling him, and his dad's like, well, I didn't look at you as a weapon. I looked at you as a son. Oh, yeah, you're a real great fucking father, Dad. You gave me a gun on my birthday, and you fucker just had me
he did get that gun gift.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And it's just like, what do you expect? You want a fucking cake and, like, presents and ponytails and a Nintendo? I mean, no offense, but, I mean, come on. And so Hellboy storms off, and he is summoned by Baba Yaga. And you see Baba Yaga's house, which is the manor on top of chicken legs, which I was excited to see. I'm like,
okay, I remember this part now.
Oh yes, Baba Yaga.
I was drifting at this point because I was like, hold on, I don't even remember this, but now I remember that. So I started getting some...
So he is summoned into her home where she is willing to make a pact with him to help him stop Pigman from assembling the witch. For whatever reason, it makes no sense. Just like, I want you to do it. What do you want from me? A big kiss, which is fucking disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
But the way that Baba Yaga moves and everything, normally she's just portrayed as an old, ugly witch. Mm-hmm. This is an abomination of a woman. Like, she bends in crazy ways. She has 2 stumps for legs.
Yeah.
And it is just very, very unsettling to look at.
Yeah.
And the gross thing is she's trying to feed him, and when he gets the soup and he scoops it up, you see little kids' hands. And it's just like, wait, are these children? And she just kind of responds, well, they're human children, and kind of looks around. You see this back room full of dead baby corpses. And it is a fucked up thing to see. And but it sticks with how Baba Yaga is. And that's probably probably the best highlight of the whole movie for me, is just Baba Yaga herself.
Gotcha.
And so she tells him where this witch is gonna be, and sends him back to the real world, and he doesn't even make a pact with her or anything. So then the BPS, whatever, blah, blah, BPRD go off to try to stop the witch from getting her blood out of this tree that at the beginning of the movie, her blood was sprayed all over this tree that
when she got chopped
King
to
Arthur
shreds by the Excalibur.
Chopped her up and shit. And she has all her old witches come back. And the one witch who probably sold her out the most, who deserved to die right then and there, she spares.
Yeah.
She kills these other 2, and she's like, "Oh, please,
in a
I'm
very
sorry."
And
and she's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna make you suffer." But first, and stuff happens. Hellboy shows up, and she's trying to combine forces with Hellboy. She's not trying to kill him. Mm-hmm. She wants him to be her king because he is destined to destroy the world, and that's what her ultimate goal is.
Wow.
So she ends up harming the psychic chick.
Yes.
And the witch that she let stay alive, the one who should have died first,
horribly,
ends up helping the group out to help save this psychic girl's life. And then just and then this is the part where I can't tell you what happens next because I walked out of the theater to get popcorn. So
and this is the part where I should have walked out and gone home, but I fell asleep essentially. So they basically get informed how to take this out of her, save her. They go to there's some Merlin shit. They bring back the whole Excalibur element.
They go to an island where Merlin's at, who's already basically a skeleton.
Yeah.
He uses the rest of his magic to heal her.
And give him the ability to get the Excalibur sword.
Also,
but I can't, I'm not going to grab the sword and Hellboy decides not to grab the sword because then I'll become the evil conqueror. Yeah, the one weapon that can help you kill the motherfucker, but it's not.
He has a vision where if he grabs the sword, it's going to unleash all hell and it's going to destroy the world.
And he sees that vision, which was very metal, though. I'll give that. I like that he's on this. He has a flaming sword. He's got a flaming crown. He's killing shit. He's in hell. It was very fucking metal.
But my thing is, how is this ever explained at the beginning? And why would the Lady of the Lake fucking make Excalibur do that for someone evil who grabs it?
It was a lot of cramming, and then from talking to other friends online of a lot of different Hellboy stories into one, but it just made no fucking sense. Yeah, I want to speed through that. Yeah. Just getting to that because the rest of this made no fucking. I literally slept in and out until the end of the damn film.
So he's able to grab it, but Merlin is only able to keep the sword there for so long. Yeah. He refuses to grab it. The sword goes away, and Merlin dies right there. And goes, I used the rest of my power to summon it. Now we're all gonna die. As he's deteriorating into a skeleton.
Yes.
Which I thought was actually kind of decent. That was actually decent dissolving. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So the whole group finds out where the witch is, and she's in this church, right? This church in Paris?
Somewhere.
Wherever.
Half asleep again.
So they come against the Pigman, who is now ultimately
Ultimate
built,
Pigman.
and he's Ultimate Pigman.
Pigman who got the mushroom from Super Mario and is now bigger Pigman.
So the queen finally gave him what he wanted, which is being complete. And it's like, okay, that's how you should have looked throughout this entire movie. I would not have had a problem with you, but you know.
Then what happens to fucking Pigman? And I'm like, what the fuck? Tell me what happened to fucking...
So a fight scene ensues.
Yes.
And we also get to see the first time that our third man, who has been pumping drugs into himself for
Daniel
some reason,
Ben Dymo,
is actually a wereperson and turns into a cheetah.
Cheetah powered man.
So
I'm super cheetah.
And he has his moment in the spotlight for 2 minutes and 45
doesn't really do
seconds till he gets his ass kicked.
Whoops.
Like, just whooped. He helps out by going like, and then bam, boom, you're out. Like,
he wasn't shit.
He wasn't
It was
shit.
a bitch. You got bitch move.
Shit.
This is his moment. This is where you built up this character, and he just turned him into a complete bitch.
Yeah, like just a fucking annihilating like nothing. So, Pigman is about to destroy Hellboy. But then, the witch comes in because, nope, you're not supposed to kill him. And Pigboy's like, but I want my revenge. So what does the witch do? She fucking kills the pig.
Shrinks his ass all the way down, and then just dead.
And then bleh,
this whole fucking buildup of a bad guy.
For nothing.
For nothing.
For nothing. What a waste of fucking time.
Yes.
What was the point?
Pointless.
And then here's the biggest twist of them all. Oh man!
Middle finger to the whole audience.
Hellboy gets broken through the floor. Holy shit!
Oh
can
shit!
You believe that?
Shit!
Over 1,000 years, fucking Excalibur has been hiding.
It's the real Excalibur
in this church underneath the floor. Yeah, it's been there, and she makes it go. Oh, Excalibur! Oh, it's been there the whole time.
Yeah,
like she fucking knew. So. What was the whole point
of the whole motherfucking film?
To fucking Merlin trying to summon a sword when it's already there. He probably knew it was there. Why try to summon it when it's fucking there? That whole scene is fucking pointless.
You could have saved your life, Merlin. But no.
It's just so fucking dumb. So then,
God.
we forgot to leave out. We forgot to tell you that, of course, the witch came into the good guy's place and kidnapped Hellboy's father. So So Hellboy,
you gotta give him a reason to really fight it away at the end,
right? So she's trying to get him to grab this sword, and he's like, "No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna become your king." Blah blah blah. Okay, so here's your dad. No, don't do anything to my dad. And slits his throat, and his dad dies and falls over into the pit, which rages him intently to grab Excalibur and pull it from the stone, and it bursts into flames, and his horns grow almighty, and he has a crown of flame upon his head. And then shit erupts. Hell just starts ripping out of the ground with shitty CG demons that are just annihilating people in the worst way. In the worst looking fucking blood that you'll ever see in your goddamn life. I could paint better MS Paint blood spraying out of somebody's neck than fucking this movie shows you spraying on a wall.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
With that,
really bad.
With that, so now hell's upon earth, and of course they're not going to have it be all evil wins the day. In order to stop the bad guys, your favorite character brings back the dad in her spectacular fashion with the regurgitated version of the father. Go ahead.
Oh my god. So,
now I've got motivation to fight back.
So you would think
I'm going to do it for you.
A person who is on the brink of destroying everything, you would try to convince them and saying, son, this is not the way. I should have been a better father. Do the right thing. Be supportive. And you're expecting that to happen. You know, do the right thing. You have good in you. You're a good man. You're not this demon that everyone expects you to be. You are not a weapon. You are a savior. You know, we all expect that. No! No, that doesn't fucking happen. Nah, not his dad. His dad's like, stop being a pussy and fucking stop whining. Be a man and stop being a little bitch. And that gets to Hellboy's head to drop the sword? Like, what? Telling your son he's a bitch to kick him out? No, I'm sorry. That's he doesn't drop the sword. He cuts off the witch's head with it. And I'm just like, you just had to call your son a pussy to make him Brady? Like, what?
Bruh.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
And mind you, Hellboy throughout the movie, and we keep leaving things out, it doesn't matter. He's been making puns throughout this whole movie.
Yeah.
And every single one of them fall flat. Bad, like, you don't get a chuckle. Not even a wince. Not even a, oh, that was bad. It's just like, like, that wasn't even pleasant.
Yeah.
Like, just stop. And with the biggest pun in the world, holding her head, and there's the hole to hell right there, and she's yelling, screaming, I'm going to come back to get you. Oh, don't get ahead of yourself. And throws her head down into hell. She screams and hell closes up. And you're just like...
And there you go.
That was fucking terrible pun, dude. Like, that wasn't even funny.
But even the worst of it isn't over. So now, at the end of the film, in the basic ending of this ending of this terrible ass film, we want to kind of let people know we're still going to do more of these Hellboys. BPRD is together. So we have Daniel Day Kim's Ben Daimo along with Regurgitated Girl and our guy Hellboy. They find this
research facility
with this water tube that it's Abe Sapien, y'all. We're going to be bringing back Abe Sapien. So one of your favorite beloved characters from the previous Hellboy franchises will return. So we're going to cliffhanger, boom. So we may have another Hellboy in this current franchise.
The other thing is,
please,
like,
God, no.
It's 6 months after, but also before that, it's like Hellboy's been so serious throughout this whole movie. Like, he's not really like laughing or smiling, and then you see him in the scene just like, "Oh, get mad, buddy! Oh, come on, let's go do this!" And you're like, "What the fuck? Like, huh?" And they have another full one-shot action scene. It is so done in CG. It's fucking bad CG. It's not even entertaining. They once again play another amazing fucking song, which everybody loves, but it doesn't go with the scene. It's just kind of like noise in the background.
Yes.
And it's just not exciting. It's not adventurous. It's not, oh, look, they're just killing dudes left and right. Yay. Like, just fucking dull.
Yeah.
Just dull as shit.
All right. Do not see this motherfucking film. I did not think I would see another film this year that would be as bad as Pet Sematary. We just did Pet Sematary 2 weeks ago. We did our review.
This movie,
I didn't think it would be surpassed. Hellboy is the worst motherfucking film I've seen this year.
The worst,
and probably the worst superhero film I've seen ever. Worse than some of the TV movies I've seen. And I've seen a lot of superhero movies because I'm a superhero stan. So, what the fuck was this goddamn
film?
Here's no fucking sense.
Here's some funny thing to think about. Mila Jovovich, who plays the villain in this.
And I love Mila Jovovich. What the fuck was she in this
film?
Every
movie she's been in has been terrible because every movie
I wouldn't say that.
No.
She's made some bad choices.
No, because
that's your opinion, though.
That's her husband's fault because every movie that she's in is directed by her father or her husband, and what does he do? Resident Evil shitty fucking movies.
But she's also had some
all
other
of them
films.
are bad.
You're putting a blanket statement on it.
I'm not saying she's a bad actor. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the movies that she's been
in your opinion,
sucked.
Yeah. But
so
she actually defended it online, which respect. And she's happy for her stuff.
Right. She just needs to get the fuck away from her husband.
God, yes. This film.
Just get away from him. Seriously. But this movie is the worst movie of the fucking year.
Yes.
This is...
If anything surpasses this film, I would be so mad at myself. But I'm very thankful I didn't even pay for this film because luckily from some of the other events I do, I used a voucher ticket. So I didn't actually pay for the film. But I would have been so upset if I did.
I fucking
you did.
hate you. I wasted $17.
$17?
From fucking AMC.
It's not even worth a penny, dog.
It's not. It's not even worth
It's not even worth if it's free on TV. You see it. Okay, I'm skipping to the next channel.
I would rather fucking watch Jaws 3D than this piece of shit. I'd rather watch Night of the Living Chicken Dead, which is insanely terrible.
What would you rather do beyond just TV? What would you rather do than watch this fucking film?
I'd rather eat Inferno hot wings, 20 of them in a row, than watch this movie, dude.
With some ghost peppers on that bitch.
Yes. This is just, at least I'll get feeling out of that when I get out of this god-awful trash.
What the fuck?
We should be
I was so mad at
better
myself.
than this.
So, and before we both saw the film, I know I saw this is the worst Hellboy film. And again, I think with most reviewers, fans, you don't try to let critics get into you. Or at least I do.
No.
So I go into it open-minded because a lot of times I find that, despite what the critics said, I enjoy it. So I was like, you know what the fuck? Mm-hmm. You kind of had a feeling because you had saw it before me, but I was like, you know what? I'm still going to check it out despite it all. Boy, I'm so fucking mad at myself.
Yeah, no.
Why did I waste that voucher ticket?
And here's the thing,
But luckily, thankfully, you didn't say anything. You were like, you know what? Go ahead.
I said go ahead and do it.
But damn it, then I kind of wish you did because it was trash.
But here's the thing. I also look at a lot of the other people who do reviews, like Ingrid Joe and some of the other people. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe I'm too harsh on this and stuff. But no, when Ingrid Joe and all of them, they're all saying the exact same thing. Yeah, this movie's bad.
It's bad.
There's a reason why it has 13% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes.
There's a damn good reason. So stay the fuck away from this
Hellboy is complete trash, y'all. Worst film. It beat out Pet Sematary for me for worst film of the year. And if anything overtakes this, god damn you. You shouldn't act anymore. You shouldn't be allowed to make films. This film, please don't make. Again, they teased us that they're going to make more. No, do not. Leave it alone. Leave this film. Let us get this bad taste of this film out. Leave this franchise for like a year or two, then come back to it.
Hell,
but don't let fucking. I saw the director was a guy by the name of Neil Marshall. I'm not sure what other films he's done, but the name sounds familiar. Neil Marshall, please don't. I don't want any more of this. David Harbour, go back to Stranger Things. I couldn't make out. Again, it was the fucking teacher from the Peanuts. Any adult from the Peanuts. I did not understand a word the fucker said throughout the whole film, and it was just trash. It was just. There's no emotion, you know. I could see where you're trying to say there was levels. Nah, fuck that. It was terrible. It was whack. Daniel Day Kim, he did what you had, but you could have survived from this film. I appreciate that we got that representation because that's what is the character. But goddamn, you were almost saved from this. This is a piece of trash.
Yeah, I mean the only positive, the only pros in this garbage movie, Baba Yaga. And I will say the soundtrack, because the choices of songs
good music,
but
didn't work in the film.
But did not work in the film, whatsoever. Yeah. It's like it almost ruins those songs. But no, support the soundtrack because that's an amazing fucking soundtrack. I love those songs.
I'll give that soundtrack. Yeah.
Fuck this movie.
Fuck this.
When Lifetime makes better movies than you, there's a problem.
Oh my god, yeah.
There's a big fucking problem.
All right. Let's fist this film like we do. We this isn't our normal reaction. This is our review stuff. So it's either a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Let's shit on this film.
That's a straight thumbs down. That's all thumbs
just
down.
All the way down. Eat shit.
This should be a lesson to movie makers out there of what not to do. Yes. We are in 2019, and if people like the Wachowski brothers using an indie budget can make Matrix, which still holds up extremely well to this day. Yeah, you should look at them for how to make a movie because you had the budget. You had potential.
It looks alright from the
bombed.
outside, but this is bullshit.
This should be a lesson.
There's a little shit
and
on the screen.
I know that if you guys are watching this, I know I'm posting so much shit and insults to your movie, but you have well earned it, and that is very unfortunate. Learn from your mistakes,
please,
and make better movies.
All right, guys. My man Lewis Bailey. I'm Patrick. I'm upset now that we talked about this motherfucking film so long.
I'm gonna start drinking.
That how much time we gave this motherfucking film.
2 hours.
2 hours of our life
1 minute
in the fucking theater, and then however long it took us to film this review.
I'll say the popcorn
that we'll never get back.
Yeah, no.
So fuck you.
At least the popcorn was good.
I didn't even eat the popcorn. I was so mad. So fuck you, and fuck you again. Don't go see Hellboy. If you did, you deserve it.
I just this is not how you do superhero movies.
Lewis, Patrick.
Garbage.
Garbage. And fuck you.
Hellboy.